Memorial to remember Sade Robinson, the 19-year-old Milwaukee woman who was killed and dismembered last April, will no longer be paid for by the county. The Committee on Parks and Culture voted to end the proposal Tuesday.
I thought it was cool at first. I was all for it because obviously it's a memorial for Sade. And then things instantly changed for the family.
The change? Criticism the family and county supervisors received.
We started getting negative feedback from community and people, and we just didn't want that.
County Supervisor Juan Miguel Martinez described emails he received about the proposal as racist.
Shame on people for treating a grieving mother this way and making it a race thing.
So basically we respectfully declined.
The family telling the county they didn't want Sade's name to be attached to controversy over tax dollars. The committee agreed.
But just because
April 1st, 2024. Milwaukee hums under a sky still shedding winter's grip. In a modest apartment, 19-year-old Sade Robinson stands before her mirror, her reflection a portrait of possibility. She slips into a black puffy coat, smooths the crisp white shirt beneath, and steps into jeans paired with pristine white shoes, her armor for a first date. Her fingers tremble with nervous energy as she brushes on makeup, each motion a whisper of hope. A text pings to her friend. "I'm so excited." The words pulse with the thrill of what's to come. Sade isn't just another teenager. She's a force. Weeks from a criminal justice degree, destined for the Air Force, juggling 2 jobs with a smile that could thaw the coldest room. Her dreams stretch wide, a horizon blazing with purpose. But at 6:47 p.m., as she locks her apartment door, the sharp click cuts through the evening air, a sound so ordinary it masks the abyss waiting beyond. She steps out, unaware, into a shadow that will swallow her whole. By night's end, Sade Robinson will vanish, and the truth will claw its way out of the darkness. April 1st, 2024. The Twisted Fisherman glows softly in Milwaukee's twilight. At 5:09 p.m., Maxwell Anderson appears on grainy security footage, a 33-year-old bartender with eyes that don't quite settle. He paces outside, each step a tick of a hidden clock. 11 minutes later, Sade Robinson arrives, 19, radiant, her smile a fleeting flare in the gathering dark. They lock eyes, exchange words, and slip into the rhythm of a first date. To the world, it's a spark. To fate, it's a fuse. By 6:30, they're at Duke's Bar, nestled in a haze of clinking glasses and low chatter. Anderson's charm is practiced, his gestures deliberate. Sade meets him with warmth, her laughter a bright thread in the room's murmur. Patrons glance over. A normal couple, they think, but her phone is a silent witness, its data carving a trail through the night. At 9:44 p.m., it pings near Anderson's home, a shadowed house on a quiet street. CCTV catches them crossing the threshold, the door swallowing them whole. Then, the hours fracture. At 2:45 a.m., her phone pulses again. Warnemont Park, a desolate stretch of earth, far from the city's pulse. The signal lingers, cold as a held breath. What happened in those missing hours? The bar's warmth is gone. The cameras are blind. Something unspeakable is stirring, and the truth is clawing its way to the surface. April 1st, 2024. The night deepens over Milwaukee. At 7:15 p.m., Sade Robinson's phone flickers with a Snapchat, a fleeting glimpse of her evening. Date night, it reads, a heart emoji glowing against the screen, a moment of joy captured and sent. At 8:32, she texts her roommate, having a good time. Her words are warm, alive, brimming with promise. Then, at 9:06 p.m., her phone falls silent. No texts, no calls, no trace. Sade vanishes into the dark. Her best friend, AJ, feels the first prickle of unease. Texts go unanswered, calls swallowed by voicemail. Morning dawns, and Sade's absence screams louder. She misses her shift at Pizza Shuttle, unthinkable for a woman who never faltered in 3 years. AJ's worry hardens into fear. At 9 p.m. on April 2nd, he stands before Milwaukee police, voice steady but eyes wild. "She's gone," he says. "This isn't her." Officers sweep her apartment, neat, untouched, a hollow shell. Then, at 5:29 p.m. that day, the world cracks open. A parkgoer at Warnemont Park stumbles across a nightmare. A human leg, pale and severed, sprawled on the bluff's slope. The air thickens with questions. Whose is it? How did it get here? And where is Sade? The truth coils tighter, waiting to strike. April 2nd, 2024. Milwaukee's underbelly splits open. The human leg found at Warnemont Park is just the beginning. Days later, a foot surfaces nearby, its nail polish a silent scream of recognition. Then a torso, an arm, each fragment a piece of Sade Robinson, confirmed by DNA's cold precision. Her life, once a blaze of ambition, reduced to scattered remains. A charred husk of her Honda Civic emerges in a desolate lot. Her phone and clothes fused into the wreckage, torched to erase the truth. But truth has a way of clawing free. The trail snakes back to Maxwell Anderson, 33, a bartender with a smile that hides fangs. His past unfurls like a rap sheet from hell. DUIs, assaults, a temper that flares when cornered. Court records whisper of violence, a relative's ribs shattered, a bystander beaten bloody. The 14-year gap between him and Sade looms, a chasm of experience, power, deception. Online, he was charming, curated. In reality, a predator cloaked in normalcy. Milwaukee doesn't sleep. It mourns. Vigils ignite the night, candles flickering against the chill. Outside Anderson's home, a pink memorial blooms, balloons, flowers, teddy bears, a defiant tribute in Sade's favorite color. At Pizza Shuttle, where her laugh once echoed, a mural rises, her face eternal. The city holds its breath, demanding answers. Every clue, every camera, every ping of her phone tightens the noose. Anderson's shadow grows darker, and the truth edges closer, sharp and unforgiving. The clock ticks in Milwaukee, each second a heartbeat lost to the void. Sade Robinson's story isn't just a tragedy, it's a warning etched in crimson, a digital thread unraveled by a predator's hands. Her phone buzzed with possibility, her apps glowed with promise, but beneath the screen, a shadow waited. Maxwell Anderson watched, calculated, struck. Yet in the wreckage of her fate lies a map to survival. You can rewrite the ending. You can arm yourself. Here's how to step into the abyss and return. Picture the investigators, hunched over glowing screens, piecing together Sade's final days. Her digital footprints, likes, swipes, chats, became a breadcrumb trail to her doom. But you can erase those tracks, vet your matches like a detective on the hunt. Run their name through search engines, stitch it with arrest or court case. The internet spills secrets liars bury. Reverse image search their photos. A stolen smile is a siren in the night. Shield your identity with a burner email, one that doesn't hum your real name or echo your workplace. When the moment arrives, when pixels turn to flesh, don't step blind into the dark. Choose daylight, harsh, revealing light. Choose crowds where eyes become your silent guards. Drive yourself, keep the wheel in your grip, the escape in your hands. Whisper your plans to a friend. The where, the who, the when. Set a check-in call. Make it ironclad, a lifeline tethered to safety. Online, build your fortress. Lock privacy settings like a vault ceiling shut. Use a temporary number that vanishes when you do. And mine the app's safety features for every edge they offer. These aren't mere suggestions. They're your shield, forged from Sade's story, tempered by her loss. Her trust was a gift turned weapon. Yours can be a blade turned outward. This isn't just survival, it's defiance. Sade's voice, silenced too soon, screams through the static, "Learn this, live this. The next move is yours." April 2024. Milwaukee hums under a shroud of spring rain, but beneath the surface, a storm brews. Sade Robinson, 19, radiant, a mind sharp enough to cut glass, vanishes into the night. Her father, Carlos, clutches a fading photograph, his voice a fractured echo. "I watched her grow from a tiny little baby to a beautiful, intelligent young lady. Each word drips with pride, with pain, a lifeline severed too soon. She was a daughter, a dreamer, a spark snuffed out before it could blaze. But the silence she left behind, it's deafening, and it's waking something up." Cut to Sheena Scarborough, Sade's mother. Grief carves her hollow, but she doesn't break, she sharpens. The dating app that lured her daughter into darkness becomes her target, her war. She storms legislative corridors, fists clenched, voice a blade slicing through bureaucracy, reform, safety. Now her demands ricochet off marble walls, background checks, tighter controls, a shield against the predators lurking in the code. Every step she takes is a dare. Ignore me. See what happens. The stakes climb higher. The clock ticks louder. She's not just fighting for Sade. She's fighting for the next name, the next life hanging in the balance. Meanwhile, Sade's shadow stretches further. A scholarship fund rises in her name, a lifeline for criminal justice students clawing toward a future she'll never see. Her face stares down from a mural on Pizza Shuttle's wall, eyes locked on a city that failed her, daring it to do better. This isn't closure. It's a challenge. Her legacy pulses, alive, restless, demanding justice in every dollar raised, every student lifted. And you're not just watching. This is your move. Those safety tips flashing across your screen. They're not suggestions, they're armor. Vet your matches like a detective. Lock your settings like a vault. Trust your gut when it screams. Share this story. Let it burn through the noise. Subscribe to Unreal Minds, not for the thrill, but for the truth. Sade's gone, but her fight isn't. The question hangs, heavy, unanswered. What happens if we look away? The darkness is patient. Are you? April 1st, 2024. Milwaukee hums under a twilight sky. Sade Robinson, 19, slips out the door, heart racing, a first date ahead. She's a dreamer on the cusp, criminal justice degree in sight, Air Force wings waiting, a life stitched with grit and glow. But the night has teeth. What should have been a fleeting thrill twists into a void, a scream swallowed by silence. She's more than a name in a headline. Sade was a spark, laughter that cut through gloom, ambition that burned bright until it didn't. A predator lurked, unseen, unraveling her story in shadows. Maxwell Anderson's shadow looms large, his trial a slow, dripping clock. Each tick tightens the knot. Will justice claw its way out? But Sade's pulse beats on. Her mother, Sheena Scarborough, carves purpose from pain, pushing reforms, igniting a scholarship in her daughter's name, a legacy forged in fire, daring the world to look closer. This isn't just a story. It's a warning, a whisper in the dark. It could be you. So tell us, down in the comments, what shields you when you step into the unknown? What safety steps do you swear by when dating? Your words could be the key that locks the next door shut. Thanks for staring into the abyss with unreal minds. Stay awake, stay alive. We'll see you when the shadows shift again.